Imagine this. The year is 2015. Almost nobody believes Donald Trump can become president of the United States. Political experts dismiss him. Television hosts laugh at him. Even members of his own party don't take him seriously. But within 16 months, everything changes. How did one businessman with no political experience defeat one of the most powerful political machines in American history? The answer doesn't begin with Donald Trump. It begins decades earlier. Because long before Trump entered politics, something was already changing in America. Factories that once employed thousands of workers began closing. Entire communities watched jobs disappear. Families that had built the American dream through manufacturing suddenly faced an uncertain future. For many Americans, it felt like Washington no longer understood their lives. Trust in government reached historic lows, while frustration continued to grow. That frustration didn't disappear. It waited. Then came June 16th, 2015. Inside Trump Tower in New York City, Donald Trump stepped onto a golden escalator and announced his campaign for President of the United States. To many people, it looked like another publicity stunt. But history would remember it as one of the most important political moments of the 21st century. From that moment, American politics would never be the same again. As Trump's campaign gained momentum, something unusual began to happen. Every rally became bigger than the last. Thousands of people waited for hours just to hear him speak. His message was simple. America was losing jobs. The political establishment had failed. And it was time to put America first. His opponents dismissed his speeches as unrealistic. The media criticized him almost every day, yet every headline gave him more attention. Every controversy made him even more visible. By early 2016, Trump was no longer seen as just a businessman. He had become the leading Republican candidate. One after another, experienced governors and senators dropped out of the race. Many of them had spent years preparing for a presidential campaign. Donald Trump defeated them all. Then came the general election. His opponent was Hillary Clinton, one of the most experienced politicians in the country. Most national polls predicted a Clinton victory. Political analysts were confident. Television networks prepared for what they believed would be a historic night. But outside the major cities, something different was happening. Millions of Americans who rarely attracted media attention were preparing to vote. Workers, farmers, small business owners, veterans. Many believed Trump represented their frustration and their hope for change. On November 8, 2016, Americans went to the polls. As the first results appeared, reporters noticed something unexpected. State after state became too close to call. Florida, Pennsylvania, Wisconsin, Michigan. The electoral map was changing before everyone's eyes. By the early hours of November 9th, the impossible had happened. Donald J. Trump was elected the 45th President of the United States. The result shocked Washington. It shocked financial markets. It surprised leaders around the world. For millions of supporters, it was proof that ordinary voters could still reshape American politics. For millions of critics, it marked the beginning of a deeply uncertain chapter. No matter which side people supported, one fact was undeniable. American politics had changed forever. Donald Trump entered the White House on January 20th, 2017. From his very first days in office, it became clear that his presidency would be unlike any other. He signed a series of executive orders at a rapid pace. His administration focused on stricter immigration enforcement, border security, tax reform, deregulation, and renegotiating international trade agreements. Supporters praised him for acting quickly and delivering on promises he had made during the campaign. The U.S. economy continued to grow during much of his presidency before the pandemic. Unemployment reached some of the lowest levels seen in decades. The stock market repeatedly set new records. Many business owners welcomed lower corporate taxes and fewer regulations. But while supporters celebrated these achievements, critics raised serious concerns. Trump's relationship with the media became increasingly confrontational. Every day seemed to bring a new controversy. Television networks covered his presidency around the clock. His use of social media changed the way presidents communicated with the public. Instead of relying only on press conferences, Trump often spoke directly to millions of Americans online. For his supporters, it was proof that he wasn't controlled by traditional media. For his critics, it created an atmosphere of constant political conflict. Then, in early 2020, everything changed. A virus that began spreading across the world reached the United States. COVID-19 quickly became one of the greatest challenges any modern president had faced. Businesses closed, schools shut down, hospitals became overwhelmed. Millions of Americans suddenly found themselves under lockdown. The economy entered a sharp recession. Every decision made by the White House was closely examined. Questions about public health, the economy, and personal freedom divided the country even further. As the presidential election approached, political tensions reached levels rarely seen in modern American history. America was no longer debating only politics, it was debating its future. By November 2020, America faced one of the most consequential elections in its history. More than 158 million Americans cast their ballots, making it the highest voter turnout in over a century. When Joe Biden was declared the winner, Donald Trump refused to concede. He claimed the election had been unfair and launched a series of legal challenges. Most of those challenges were dismissed by the courts. But for millions of Americans, the debate was far from over. Then came January 6, 2021, a day that would become one of the most controversial moments in modern American history. As Congress met to certify the election results, thousands of Trump supporters gathered in Washington. Some members of the crowd forced their way into the United States Capitol. The images spread across the world within minutes. For Trump's critics, it was an attack on American democracy. For many of his supporters, it was the result of years of growing distrust in the political system. The debate continues to this day. Many believed Donald Trump's political career had ended forever. History had other plans. Despite investigations, court cases, and relentless media attention, Trump remained the dominant figure within the Republican Party. His rallies continued to attract massive crowds. His influence over American politics only grew stronger. Then came the 2024 election. Against the expectations of many political analysts, Donald Trump returned to the White House, becoming only the second president in American history to serve 2 non-consecutive terms. Love him or hate him, one fact is impossible to ignore. Donald Trump changed American politics forever. He transformed political campaigns. He changed the relationship between politicians and the media. He reshaped the Republican Party. And he forced millions of Americans to rethink what leadership means in the 21st century. His legacy will be debated for decades. Perhaps history, not politics, will deliver the final judgment. But one question remains. Did Donald Trump save the American dream, or did he permanently divide the nation? Leave your opinion in the comments below. And if you enjoy documentaries that go beyond the headlines to explore the stories that shape our world, subscribe to Global Origins. Because history is never just about the past. It is about understanding the future.